continue this with June 1st, 2006. Listen to Surah 7 through 9 and 3 to... That's unusual, but... So I read Surah 338 through 148 with English and the commentary. I took notes on the Guide for the Perplexed by Moses Maimonides, page 181 to 216. I can apparently get a lot when I'm allowed to sleep, right? I watch Ancient Marvels, Bible Tech, Decoding the Past, Fatima Visions Unveiled, the History Channel's Sodom and Gomorrah, Mediums, We See Dead People. Remember my technique in the live ritual thing where I figured out why, from a psychological level, why people think they're seeing dead people and a way to bring that about. I mean, without summoning up dead people, right? I wrote out the words to Ma'atwa, chapter 4 and 5, my 5-part dream. I watched Western Philosophy, Part 2, For the Love of the... something by Gerald Schulster. Nambi? That doesn't make sense. Great Ideas of the 20th Century, Aleister Crowley. Aleister Crowley, the other Loch Ness Monster, Master of Darkness, Aleister Crowley. Well, obviously, it's about Aleister Crowley. Listen to Surah 9 through 10. And also watched Cults. I watched Passion of the Saints, Mystics, and Miracles, Passions, The Road to Sainthood, Martyrs, Hermits, Monks, and Madmen. So those are the shows that I watched there. And I took notes on Moses Maimonides' Guide for the Perplexed, page 217 to 269. And let's see what I wrote off to the side there. I watched Lost Treasures of the Ancient World. On KTV, Still the Children of Our Chiefs, or something. The Celts. I don't know if my comment is up on that Celt series. If it's not, I guess I'll put up another one at some time. I read the English Surah 3, 149 through the end of that chapter with the English and the commentary. So verse 200, a blueberry scent offering. Esau left Jerusalem, Ford got Israel, Constantine defeats, and Council of Nicaea. So 28, 337, and 327. Constantine's rule was 306 to 337. And from Sunday the 4th, I took notes on Moses Maimonides' Guide for the Perplexed, 370 to 265. Okay, so I had a discussion about something. There was a dinner at the masjid. And what is this note here? Listen to Surah 11 through 15. I started the sleep CD on the Gnostic lectures ending, and I listened to Surah 16, 17, and 4. And okay, looks like we have at least a couple experiences to share among all these contextual notes of what I was doing that month. Page 286 to 330 for Guide for the Perplexed, Moses Maimonides. I listened to Surah 18 through 24 and 4. I discussed with the Princess of Disc something. I finished reading for Maat Wa. Perhaps it was the same month in which I had the dream. I watched Penn and Teller's Abstinence. A lot of hypocrisy for that. If the word fornia or porn applies to what these people are doing, the biblical words, Latin and Greek, obviously they're not abstinent. Okay, I watched Mysteries of the Bible, Execution of Jesus. Well, not the one I take as a prophet, right? Read Surah 41 through 4 through Ayat 91. And what happened over here? I went to the library, to the reference section, and a list of so-called deities of the dead. So I copied out a list of that. I don't know where the list is. And I had a discussion with the Princess of Disc. And so on the 7th, I watch Mythos 1.8 and 2.4. Okay, I don't know how many episodes of Mythos there were, or maybe the 8th episode was on the 4th. I don't remember how it breaks down, but anyways, I went to the discussion on Surah 92 at Masjid an-Nur, and I listened to 7 through 9 and 26, and I finished reading, oh wait, no, that was from the day before. On that Thursday, the 8th of June, 2006, I listened to Surah 27 through 29 and Surah 9, read Surah 5 with English and commentary. Is that 120 verses? I watched Ancient Mysteries, The Lost Ark, Ekankar, The Power of Love, and The Something to God. Starts with an S and E, D, Saccadian. I don't know what I was supposed to say. Watched Link TV, DW in Focus on a Mission from Allah, Ancient Marvels, Japan's Mysterious Pyramids, and I discussed. I had a discussion with one of the colleagues about something from Quran. I talk to people a lot, so it must have been extensive or something, if I made a note of it. I took notes through page 372 of Moses Maimonides' Guide to the Perplexed, and here's the first experience on the 9th of June. But that 9th, I took notes on 372 to 437 Moses Maimonides' Guide for the Perplexed. I went to the Khutbah on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, or at Surah, read 11 through 64 of the table spread, so Surah 5. Oh, verse 1 through 64. Okay. So I started the sleep CD on the Gregorian chant. I watched Spear Jesus and Building in the Name of God. Oh, yeah, Building in the Name of God. So from 1:30 to 1:38, I had a Sakina experience. The Shekinah, the angelic presence, the tranquility, that sort of thing. So here's the illustration of what I saw during that Juma. A light being yellow and a light being green and a light being blue, layers all mixed together, a myriad's presence, and of course these diamond sort of shapes here. And I had a discussion with the Princess of Disc about elements. On the 10th, I started the sleep CD on Liber 15. the Gnostic Mass, Aleister Crowley's Mass again. I read Surah 565 to the end of that surah. I went to the Bayan at Masjid an-Nur between Maghrib and Isha, so evening, after the evening prayer until the dusk prayer. And I don't know the context of that symbol, but it was a symbol of a ritual that I used to say. And people are going to take some sort of sinister thing out of it, but it wasn't. Listen to Surah 29 to 35 and 10 the previous day. That I took notes on the 438 to 486 of Moses Maimonides' Guide for the Perplex. Rambam, they call him. I watched History Detective, Mummy, something Kings, Lost Treasures of the Ancient World, Japan, World Travels, Quest for the Holy Grail, EWTN's The Holy Cities, Jerusalem. And on the Sunday, the 11th, listen to Surah 39 through 41. I wrote out the words for the Kushti poster. I finished Moses Maimonides' Guide for the Perplex, page 503. I took notes on some of that. I read Surah 6 with English commentary and notes. Or did I start that? I finished 256. Okay, what did I put there? Okay, I watched The World Mysteries, Quest for the Secrets of the Holy Grail, Secrets of the Holy Grail, notes by Incredible Catacombs, Lynx TV, Prince Crown. Conch? Okay, I don't know. The Devil's Domain. Thing with Bukura. Dar Place in Lost Land with Emmy Tucker. Okay, let me make sure it's clear and so on June 12th, I listened to Surah 12 through 15 and 42 through 47. I'll watch Ancient Mysteries, Human Sacrifice, Mysteries of the Bible, Magic and Miracles in the Old Testament, Deep Sea Detectives, Pharaohs and Treasure. I don't know, at this house of something light. Maybe the lighthouse, I don't know. My first class on the 9th author this week. I floated, Zid, Zip, Zax. So zip. I floated by and was bathed in yellow light. So obviously I need to do more work with that, or at least I did at the time. Guide for the Perplex, 562 to the end was when I take notes. Read Surah 6, 1 through 41. And on the 13th, I read 644 through 90. Mysteries of the Bible. I didn't skip verses. Mysteries of the Bible was what I watched on the 13th. Mythos 2, 4 through 6. Decoding the Past, Bible Codes, Blueberry Scent Offering, read till 690. Okay. And Do Anzien Odiorg Kralpir. So the vision of establishment, the 9th author, those who are not. And I listened to Surah 16 through 19. And on the 14th, I read Surah 690 to the end of the Surah. How many are in that Surah? 165? Or is that's another one? I don't remember. But anyways, I watched Muthos 2-7. 3, 1 through 6. I thought there were not as many, but I watch International Profile, Rasputin, The Mad Monk, probably more manipulative than mad, Ancient Almanac, The Bible's Greatest Secrets, Hot Rocks, Geology, and Ancient Art. I don't know. I went to that day's at Masjid An-Nur. There was some sort of discussion going on. I started the Sleep CD, My Music 28 lectures. I vibrated the 19th Enochian Call and, the Call of the Authors. I listened to Surah 18 and 8. Okay. The 15th, I went to sleep. Okay, I read Surah 7, English and commentary. What verses did I go to? Because that's a 206 verse chapter. Listen to Surah 18, 55, 68 through 114. I watched Science of the Bible, Exodus Revealed. Simon Yakubovich, is he on that episode? Doomsday, Book of Revelation, Secrets of the Freemasons. I took notes. With National Geographic's Kabul Woman. Link TV's Shadows Ritual. That doesn't make sense. Link TV's Shadows Ritual. Maybe I encountered something called that. So on the 16th of June, I went to Martin Luther King Jr.'s khutbah, rather than the Vancouver one. I listened to Surah 20 through 21, 55, 72, and 85 through 114 repeatedly. I watched Ancient Mysteries. Remedies. I watched Bible Code 2, Forbidden Bible, and Banned from the Bible. Some discussion I took part in. I went to the MLK khutbah. I went back to sleep vibrating. The 19th Enochian key, don't quite remember what. The visuals were blue, sparkly, line like stars, moving away from pace, peace, and tranquility. The Strawberry Scent Offering. I wrote some sort of circumcision quote out. And I started to... my shirt. I was painting one of my shirts, I think. Okay, what's that say? So on the 17th, I read Surah 7 through 137, and I listened to 55, 72, and 85 through 114 repeatedly from Quran. I talked to the next door neighbor. I went to sleep intoning the Call of 30 Authors with Zip, 11:55 p.m. A sparkling was willing. It was on my right side as I went to sleep. And on the 18th, that Sunday, I listened to Surah 55, 72, 85 through 114 repeatedly. I read Surah 738 to some verse. The rest of Surah Anfal. Oh, I ended the Surah because Anfal is 8. I finished with that and the start of Ibrahim and Surah 6 was what I listened to, and I watched Disney's Prince of Egypt, which was a show about Moses, obviously. And so for the 19th, I started a sleep CD on the Enochian Revised, so my own sleep CD. Mysteries of the Bible Angels was what I watched. I read Surat Al-Anfal. Yeah, Surat Al-Anfal. I had a discussion with Khalid. The Dormir layer of a corpse let something feet off the ground. A whirling tunnel opened up the mirror. By then, I felt a strong presence and a strong thing. So this was with the 9th author, 7:22 to 7:37 p.m. My head was on my Goetia pillow, and I saw white and separable and a fire being purple cloud. Something off the gray. Okay, I meditated on at least 2 of these middle layer, a couple 1 through something. I listened to 55, 72, 85 through 107 at 14 repeatedly. On the 20th, I watched last half of Mysteries of the Bible, King David, Ancient Almanac, Search for the Shroud, Women's in Saudi Arabia, but I have LA, so I guess the combination of both. I started Sleep CD on Sahotra Prabhupada, a student of Prabhupada, I think. One of his deputies. So I wrote out the rest, the last verses of. I read the last verses of Surah 7. I wrote some sort of list. Meditations, procedure, a sparkling layer. There was a sparkling layer in my meditation, same as yesterday. I took notes. I took notes on the Dervish Project. I don't know where those notes are. Remember, the Dervish Project is, I don't remember who it was by. It was a series of paintings. The person talks about Sufism and her experiences and the stages of experience. So that meditation that I talked about was 7:35 to 7:52 p.m. Lost Treasures of the Ancient World, India. Listen to Surah 27 through something. Ancient Almanac. Okay. From the 21st, I listened to Surah 55, 72, 85 through 114 repeatedly. Muthas 1 through 1-4. Lon Milu Ducats. Abala for the rest of us. British Blast Mass. Satanus. Sex Ritual of the Cult. Minus the actual scenes where they're trying to enact the things. Because I quickly edited that thing off. I read and took notes on the Church, Our Father, and what is going on here. We have from the dream, spirit with, okay, and I made a hey, etc. RW poster. I'm not sure what that stands for. Somebody has some idea, go ahead and say it. So on the 22nd of June, I meditated with the brainwave suits. 3:30 a.m. to 10:38 a.m. I watched Lost Temple of the Gods, Heraklion. I listened to acoustic research series Brainwaves thing, Dr. Jeffrey Thomas, Owen Morrison, read the English with the English and commentary for Surah 9. I had a discussion with a next door neighbor of some sort, probably about more than what's going on in here, obviously. Had dreams before dawn of that someone was to become my student, and my vision, something, pain went away. All the images, I'm not sure what that says. Why am I not getting clear today? Right, it's my vision. So the 23rd, I started the sleep CD on the Tibetan Book of the Dead. I watched Eastern Philosophy 2, Hinduism and Buddhism, Ekankara, The Secret Path to God. My Quran verses of the cloud was, okay, I was reading from Surah 9. I'm not sure where exactly, but anyways, during verse 27, I saw green clouds. I felt a goodly presence. So there was a green cloud over me in my Quran. And by verse 30, the cloud was pink with neon yellow where I was reading from at those seconds. So the Quran glowed neon yellow. And watched, okay, I said that. So on the 24th, I watched Lost Treasures of the Ancient World, India, Yehuda Berg's The 72 Names of God, and, Michael Berg, it's the Kabbalah Center thing. It's a bit cheesy. After you watch it several times, you don't really want to watch it anymore. I listened to Surah 28. I skimmed through the mysteries of the unknown, cosmic connections, mystic quest, and I watched something on witchcraft, and I listened to Brainwaves Journey, A and B, and on the 25th, I watched the 1996 version of Church of Hermetic Sciences, The Magic of Solomon. I watched Doomsday, Book of Revelation, King of the Hills, Church Changing episode, and I listened to the Brainwaves Journey disc A and B. And from June the 29th, I'm at the 26th, okay, because I'm almost at the end here. Brainwaves Journey, sometimes I listen to it clear through, sometimes whatever. Mysteries of the Bible, 10 Commandments, Secrets of Travel, Holy Land, Decoding the Past, Psychic History, Don Holland's What the Ancient, maybe John Hollard was a show in itself. What the Ancients Knew, the Egyptians, and on that 26th, I wrote out the last verses of Surah 8. Okay, and I don't know when I ever wrote down the whole Quran or anything like that. I scanned pages 5 of 11. 5 of the 11 pages in Madinat Ma'atwa. And on the 27th, yeah, I don't take processed gold. And yes, I am open to questions, so Yeah, I just try to eat the lawful and the wholesome and whatever. I'm nothing really special. Started the sleep CD on the Enochian thing. I watched Decoding the Past, um, Prophets in Israel, Prophecies of Israel, Okay, Church of Hermetic Science, Dark Mirror of Magic. Something of God, and the Armor of Allah. Armored of Allah? Okay, and the Helet Talum ritual. That's what the symbol was. I was trying to write down that poster. So you turn a few pages back. We have that symbol. Open my eyes so that I may see the dark recesses and the light of heaven. Okay, yeah. I discussed with the Princess of Disc and some sort of stories, probably. Mysteries of the Bible, Job. Decoding the Past, the Holy Grail. So on the 27th, I listened to Surah 29 through 32. The 28th, 33 through 35, and 1 through 2. And a strawberry scent offering. I went to discussion on Surah 95 at Masjid an-Nur. That 28th, I watched Crusades, The Crescent and the Cross, Meet the Ancestors, Our Lady of the Sand, and on the 29th, I watched Ancient Mysteries, Alchemy. I made scent offerings of mint, garlic, cardamom, maybe. But it's important to dedicate everything to God, so therefore, or if you don't worship God, like, the symbolic role of scents is a important thing to use for your psychology at the very least. You don't have to think that, ooh, the scent is granting. No, don't think your rituals or whatever is not going to happen if you can't find the right scents or something. I discussed alchemy with the Princess of Disc. I read Reader's Digest, Ghost and Hauntings, QFTU. I was reading in Surah Nisa, so Surah 4 with English and commentary. Oh, Eunice. Okay, I knew something was wrong with how I was reading it. I listened to 43, 36, and 33, and I wrote 9/11 to when I went to bed, 10/26 and 27. Not sure what I mean there, but the last of this month, I watched The Mummy Detective. I don't know, maybe that's why the person left, is that the question didn't show up. I watched The Mummy Detective, The Three Kings, Ancient Mysteries, Tacombe at the dash of... I can't read that, I'm sorry. Mysteries of the Unexplained, Bogman, and Myrtle Plantation, Voodoo Secrets, Myrtle Plantation, and I listened to 38 through 40 surahs, and suwar is the plural. I shouldn't say surahs. I read Surah 10, 1 through 20, Mysteries of the Bible, Enigmas, Pyramids, Mummies, and Tombs Everywhere, Who Built the Pyramids, and I read Arte Magica. And so July, perhaps tomorrow. But I'm going to try, I mean, other than getting back to sharing from that, when this series is over, I'm going to try to do my usual Saturday series later, after hopefully some sleep and maybe some eating.